Good afternoon, friends. My name is Jared Smith, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer at the Las Vegas Global Economic Alliance. Joining us today with me is Aaron Hasty with the Governor's Office of Economic Development here in Nevada, and it's our pleasure to present to you today. If I were to ask you, what do you know about Las Vegas, you would probably say, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right? However, this is one of the fastest emerging business markets in the country. We have a worldwide brand. Of course, tourism is a massive part of our economy. It's also one of the major drivers for why we're here today. Economic diversification has been a huge priority, not only for our entire state, but here in our office and the governor's office and all of our local partners. Economic diversification is really the future of Southern Nevada, and we're doing it. This pandemic taught us, if nothing else, that having such a heavy reliance on one industry is not sustainable long term. For today, what we're here to talk to you about in our application for Build Back Better funds, we're trying to address things like talent development, regional collaboration, sustainable strategy, planning for the future, inclusive impacts, and economic growth and diversification. I'm going to hand it over to my friend Aaron to talk to you a little bit about how we got here, but let me just say, Southern Nevada is poised for massive growth, and we need these moonshot funds to reach the goals that we're trying to achieve. Aaron?
Thank you, Jared. So just very briefly, like Jared said, our economy is so reliant on tourism, and 73% of the population of Nevada resides in Clark County. So however Clark County goes is the way the state's going to continue to go. And so if we want to continue to insulate our state from economic downturns, the diversification of the Las Vegas area is very vitally important. Like Jared mentioned, 23% of our economy as a state is still reliant on tourism, which is great when things are going well and there's just discretionary income. But when there's not, we're hit really hard. And we've been hit hard during the Great Recession, where we led the country in bankruptcies and foreclosures. And then we also were hit again in the pandemic. But in Nevada, there were actually two paths that emerged from this. In northern Nevada, about 400 miles to our north, they were able to diversify their economy in a way that we haven't, and largely through advanced manufacturing and logistics. Since COVID started, they've been able to add 5,400 jobs, whereas we've lost 58,200 jobs. And we are a majority minority county, and our communities of color were hit hard. They hadn't recovered yet from the Great Recession, and they represent an unequal amount of industries that were hit, like tourism and gaming. So Jared, go ahead and move on to the next. So we wanted to look at, how do we insulate us and how do we bring good paying jobs? And we had some nascent advanced manufacturing and general manufacturing, but we wanted to expand that. So if you'll see here, here's a picture of the valley, and all of our partners really represent the entire region. So just very briefly, I'll go over a couple of the projects. The city of Las Vegas is going to do a regional initiative to focus on startups in the advanced manufacturing sector, specifically within smart mobility. Sloan County, the Sloan project from Clark County, is going to conduct a formal land study and development park for the Sloan Industrial and Manufacturing Park for future. And then we have UNLV, the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, who is going to purchase a building in the technology park to be upgraded to support biomedical research. And Jared is going to fill you in on the rest of the projects.
Yeah, so working counterclockwise around this map we're showing you, the city of Henderson is partnering with our College of Southern Nevada for a second phase of what they call the Center of Excellence, which trains manufacturing talent. We also have CSN launching a new advanced manufacturing and science pathway, which is amazing. Here at LVGA, we're going to focus on growing our management of these partnerships partnerships and how we recruit new manufacturers to come to Southern Nevada. And then our rural partner in Mesquite has an industrial park that is in desperate need of some site grading. And we've seen already some interesting growth in our rural partner, and this would be a very fantastic catalyst. One more point before we close out. The economic impact of this is nothing short of amazing. So if you look at the tens of thousands of jobs on the follow-on investment, the 26,000 sustainable jobs over 20 years, we are thrilled at the outcomes. And if you'd like to learn more, we have a website, buildbackbetternevada.com, that will go into much more detail than we're able to do today. And I believe this is our contact information, and I believe we're at the end of our 5 minutes. Thank you so much.